So my name is Brooke August, and I'm an SLPA here at the school district. And so I'm going to be talking about Esther with you. So you're going to be working with a young girl named Esther. She's 13 years old, and she is one of our life skills students. Esther has some receptive and expressive language difficulties. When given a test based on her evaluation report, she was able to identify and produce single words. There are some she did know, and there are some she did not know. But she is attentive and uses strategies to help her, like using her finger to scan the options. So she's a great student, and she's using different strategies she's been taught. So we want to reinforce and increase her receptive and expressive language. So Esther has 2 goals you're going to be working on today with, and the first one is Esther will identify safety signs and symbols with 80% accuracy in 6 months. So we have safety symbols such as danger, caution, keep out, and we want you to work on those with her. Her goal is to continue education and enter the workforce and have independence. So we want to begin to provide those aspects to Esther. And a critical way and an important way for her safety is to be able to recognize safety signs and symbols in her community and at school. So I have a lesson. It has a lesson statement, how you would introduce it, and then instructions on how you would follow and present the information to Esther and how you guys would practice. So here's some of the signs you would work on. So like danger, keep out, can you see this? Caution, danger, hot equipment. What does that mean? So I want you to focus on being able to identify the colors and what they could possibly mean. What does that mean, keep out? What is hot equipment? We want her to be able to recognize those, and so she is able to understand and respond accordingly. So that's the first thing we'll have you do. So you will teach her each symbol, and important information. She may not know every single symbol ever that she comes across in her future, but we want to be able to give her the skills so she recognizes the colors, common wording. Red means it's okay, probably. What does different symbols, like your hand over a hot plate, what does that mean? So we want to provide her with those aspects and information receptively so she's able to identify them. And then our second goal is Esther will use self-advocacy skills, such as speaking up and asking for help in 8 out of 10 trials. So we want to foster independence for Esther, and self-advocacy skills are one of the most important ways we can do that. So that we want her to be able to ask questions, raise her hand, bring attention to herself in an appropriate social manner, and those are going to facilitate skills that are going to allow her to enter the workforce and participate in other community events. So once again, I have a lesson statement talking about what is self-advocacy, standing up for ourselves and understanding that we're going to need help and how we can do that in an appropriate manner. So we will do that, and then I have a handout sheet that has different pictures that she's able to identify. So asking a question, raising your hand, you got this, reminding her to use those self-advocacy skills and practice them. And so Esther attends volunteer. So when she does these volunteer events, we want the handout to be there and present after you introduce it and practice with her. We want that handout to be next to her and to see whether she uses those strategies independently. And that's what the data you would record on when she goes and participates in a community event. And then the data sheet for the first one about safety signs, I want you to note whether she correctly identified the symbol or not. If you have any questions, please let me know. Esther's great. You'll enjoy her. And, if you have questions about data collection, about specific skill, cueing her, please reach out. Thank you.